Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting.
Most definitely, I'm back with another exclusive video. This particular video right here, off the back, you know what I'm saying, it's about that boy Tory Lanez, you feel me, what I'm saying? Yeah, he was stabbed brutally, you feel me, what I'm saying? And on top of that, he may be being released. And then new evidence came up, you feel me, what I'm saying, that can give y'all the whole breakdown on why a lot of stuff has been happening with this guy, why that he's innocent, and you know what I'm saying, basically, you know what I'm saying, can give you, you know, all the rumors and, you know what I mean, it's conspiracies, you know what I'm saying, hey man, may have a lot of truth to it, you know what I'm saying, may have been said about Jay-Z and different things in that nature, you know what I'm saying, but most definitely, this here is my video reaction. Make sure you like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Meanwhile, me peoples, let's jump right off into the video. Tory Lanez was stabbed 14 times brutally, almost to death. The stabbing on the prison yard had him airlifted, sent to the nearby hospital where he suffers his injury.
A new shocking update has arisen, as it appears that Kelsey Harris, who is also Megan Thee Stallion's former best friend, who was the night of the shooting with her and Tory Lanez case, it appears that her bodyguard and driver, Bradley James, has came to the surface. Apparently, Bradley James, who was in attendance as the driver during that incident, has new information surrounding the case, where he is now saying not Tory Lanez who shot Megan. Apparently, it was his previous employer, Kelsey Harris, who obviously a lot of people were insinuating did it initially. So today there was a press conference held by Tory Lanez's legal team for an organization called Unite the People, who fight social injustices, where the head of the organization, Walter Roberts, talks more about the new developments in the case.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People. And that,
with everything coming out, and for that man to get stabbed the day before, you know what I'm saying, new evidence come on, that was a hit, man. And ain't no other way around to it, man. It was a hit. You know what I'm saying? Some people said he was flirting with somebody's girl. Nah, man, that was a hit, man. It wasn't none of that.
That he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was a witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody. He never even touched that gun. Never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
So if you guys don't recall, Bradley James was subpoenaed. I do believe he fled. He completely vanished off the face of the earth. And apparently, due to recent developments, obviously Tory Lanez almost getting unalived in prison, where he suffered from 14 stabs, which could have fatally injured him. Obviously, we reported about his lungs initially collapsing, and now he is breathing on his own. But apparently, Bradley James, the former bodyguard and driver, said his conscience could not bear without him telling the truth. He was witness to seeing Kelsey shoot at Megan Thee Stallion, and Tory Lanez sort of like took the gun away from her, and then the gun fell, and then it shot 2 more times, which completely differs from the prosecution claims as well as Megan's claims, where Tory Lanez shot at her and told her to dance B, right? But obviously, with this new evidence, they're asking for not a retrial, but they're actually asking for a pardon. Now, while this evidence may come as a revelation to many, I personally was not shocked. I do believe that when this actually happened, my initial theory that I had was that Kelsey was the shooter. So obviously getting immunity, you won't go to prison for any crime. And I do believe that if she wasn't the shooter, then why ask for immunity, and also why grant it? So Kelsey had immunity in the trial, and even during her testifying, she stood on the stand and she kept saying how she didn't remember anything. But obviously, if it got out that Kelsey was the shooter and Megan didn't like follow up with obviously trying to clap back or get her back, it would ruin her street cred. And even though Megan is not like a gangster rapper, she's still a rapper in urban hip hop, and that's just the way it goes. So I felt like her getting immunity not only saved her life, obviously, in her freedom, but it also saved and spared Megan's, career. So obviously there's always been this sort of conspiracy theory that Roc Nation orchestrated all of this. Obviously Jay-Z tried to sign Tory Lanez to Roc Nation. He declined. He's independent. And also, if you haven't noticed, in this case, Megan Thee Stallion was representing his personal lawyer, Alex Sparrow. So Alex Sparrow is the one who worked on the prosecution against Tory Lanez in this case. And after watching this video, I believe that maybe there is something bigger to this case.
It's raised disturbing questions to me, and I think they all should to you as well. After over 2 years in prison without incident, Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team, Kelsey Harris, and former DA George Gascon about a story on new evidence in this case. You don't have to believe in conspiracies to see the pattern. When evidence was about to come to light, Tory was nearly killed. So let's stop pretending this is complicated. Let's stop treating this like some cultural war flash. The timing of Flashpoint. This is about a man, a father, a son, Daystar Peterson, who has sat in a prison cell for over a year based on a case that wouldn't pass the smell test in any honest courtroom. The prison system can no longer guarantee his safety, and that alone should be grounds for immediate action. But combine that with the overwhelming evidence of a botched investigation, and this becomes not just a legal issue, but a morale emergency. Tory Lanez deserves a new trial. He deserves due process. He deserves a pardon.
honcho, I was rich then, but you ain't even know it like Rocco. We don't keep score, we just keep on scoring.